2.5 hours of sleep. V put that number out there himself, and it hits differently when there's a whole city about to light up for him. If you're just joining us, before this tour stop, Big Hit and HYBE were already monitoring malicious posts, filing complaints, and pursuing enforcement around stalking and residential trespass. There was even a deferred prosecution disposition on record. Basically, the company saying privacy invasions are legal violations, not messy fan enthusiasm.
This is BTS Daily. Today, V drawing a hard line at the hotel doors, London going red over the Thames, and Samsung Securities calling HYBE's next payday. Let's start with V. We'll keep tracking Big Hit artists' rights legal crackdown. Follow the show so the next update finds you.
Oh So Yoon, writing in the Korea Times,
BTS member V asked fans to stop visiting the hotels where the group is staying during its ARIRANG World Tour, saying the crowding compromises his privacy and disrupts his performances. V made the request Wednesday on Weverse, an online fan platform, thanking fans for welcoming him but urging them to avoid private lodging.
V went on Weverse and set it straight. 2.5 hours of sleep. That's the number. Tae himself is telling us what fans camping at the hotel are doing to him, and you can't smooth that into some vague, please respect privacy notice.
and that's why the number lands harder. You can wave off a generic notice. 2.5 hours from V's own mouth? You can't. This is the same tour we've spent all week celebrating. Busan, the crowds, the records. Now we're hearing the cost in his own words, too.
He still opened by thanking fans for the welcome, which, that's so him. He's exhausted, and he's still being gentle about it.
It also ties straight back to that big hit enforcement push, the residential trespass and stalking actions they've been filing. V's plea takes it out of the legal paperwork and turns it into a warning about actual tour conditions.
Right. All week that policy's been paperwork. Now it's Tae saying he's getting 2.5 hours of sleep, and Big Hit's backing it with strict legal action over the hotel visits. Good.
From Ji Sung-hoon at MK.
The citywide festival for the group BTS, BTS The City ARIRANG London, hereinafter The City London, has unveiled preview images of its main programs ahead of its opening. The City London will run across London, England, starting July 4th local time. The project was designed to showcase a range of content throughout the city in connection with the new album ARIRANG.
Okay, the London preview images are finally here. We're past the tease now. Red London Eye, a 32-meter boat floating an ARIRANG logo down the Thames. This is the payoff.
And with MK's framing, London turns BTS blue. Red lights covering the Thames. You can hear local press clocking the scale, not just repeating a HYBE press line. The London Eye alone gets what? 3.5 million visitors a year? That's a lot of people walking into a red skyline.
I just came off the V Hotel piece feeling protective, and now we're looking at this. Same tour, same album, and the visuals are genuinely gorgeous. It's a weird emotional whiplash.
It kicks off July 4 local time. The music video on OuterNet's 16K screen, the boat on the river at night. MK's already walking through it landmark by landmark. The London Eye, the Thames, the Now building. Next, here's what Kwon Woo-seok at CHOSUNBIZ is reporting.
So Samsung Securities is calling a HYBE profit surge. And here's what got me. BTS isn't carrying the whole thing by itself. They're flagging rookie artist momentum too.
Right, and that's the part I care about. The ARIRANG era money is one revenue line. Direct, tour-driven. Samsung's saying the label machine underneath it is compounding on its own.
After the hotel story we just hit, that's a weird gut punch, honestly. The company posts a profit forecast while V's out there running on 2.5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, an analyst puts a number on the momentum, and that momentum has a face who can't get past his own lobby. I'm not going to pretend it isn't uncomfortable seeing those side by side. From Moonwon-sik at STARNEWS.
Inside the venue, Spanish fans waved signs bearing Jin's name and shouted his name. Outside the venue, on the first day, Mi Luna Jin in Madrid. Jin, my moon in Madrid. And on the second day, Mi Guapo Jin in Madrid. Jin, my handsome one in Madrid, trended in real time on X, formerly Twitter, in multiple countries including the United States.
Okay, after the V Hotel piece we just hit, I needed this one. Jin dropped his own Madrid behind the scenes on Instagram, the pink mic, looking out at the crowd, waiting backstage with the members.
And the fan side is what got me. On day 1, it's Mi Luna Jin and Madrid. Then on day 2, it flips to Mi Guapo Jin and Madrid. Trending on X across multiple countries, including the US.
Haha, they went from my moon to my handsome one in 24 hours. That's a fandom pacing itself, honestly.
And this is the same Riyadh Air Metropolitano that pulled 120,000 plus across the 2 nights per STARNEWS. So those signs and trends have real weight behind them, way more than a handful of accounts. If you want another daily K-pop fix, check out Blackpink Daily Podcast. It's daily Blink updates on Jennie, Lisa, Jisoo, and Rosé. Solo releases, comeback watch, fashion, chart reactions. BTS News listeners, you'll feel right at home wherever you listen to podcasts. What we're watching next. BTS's ARIRANG World Tour is scheduled at Stade Roi Baudouin in Brussels for July 2nd and 3rd KST. And BTS The City ARIRANG London is set to begin across London on July 4th local time. As always, we've put links to every story in the show notes, so you can follow up on anything you want to read for yourself. That's BTS Daily Podcast for today. This is a Lantern Podcast.